Welcome back, Deep Divers. You know how much I love exploring the bleeding edge of tech, and today we are tackling AI customer service. But not just any AI. I'm talking about building a custom AI agent that lives inside Salesforce, pulling from your company's unique data to answer customer questions.
It's like giving your customers a direct line to the most knowledgeable rep 24/7, but without the need for caffeine or sleep.
Okay, that's a serious upgrade. But let's unpack this for our listener who's probably up to their ears in support tickets right now. What kind of headaches can this AI agent actually solve?
Imagine this. A customer reaches out with a question about an order they placed months ago. Instead of putting them on hold while you search through endless records, this AI instantly pulls up their entire history. Order details, past interactions, even notes from previous calls.
So it's not just about speed, it's about having that "we've been expecting you" level of personalized service.
Exactly. And because this AI is built using OpenAI's GPT models and something called Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RG, for short, it goes beyond just spitting out generic answers. It can actually understand the context of the customer's request and tailor its response accordingly.
Okay, you said GPT. Our listeners who are into AI are already geeking out. But for those new to the game, can you break down how this R8 thing actually works?
Think of it like this: our age is like training a superpowered intern on all of your company's data. We take everything in your Salesforce, customer profiles, case notes, product, docs, everything, and structure it in a way that the AI can understand.
So instead of just dumping a jumbled mess of info on the intern, we're giving them a perfectly organized filing cabinet with all the answers at their fingertips.
Precisely. We're talking about creating a searchable knowledge base where each piece of information is carefully tagged and categorized. This allows the AI to instantly pinpoint the most relevant information based on the customer's question.
It's like having a search engine that's specifically designed for your customer interactions. No more sifting through irrelevant results or outdated FAQs. But I'm guessing building this knowledge base is no walk in the park, right?
It definitely takes some finesse. We're talking about taking massive amounts of data from Salesforce, cleaning it up, and translating it into a language the AI can understand. We use something called vector embeddings. Imagine giving each piece of data a unique fingerprint that the AI can use to instantly find related information.
So it's like teaching the AI to read between the lines and connect the dots between all those customer interactions.
Exactly. It's about creating a web of interconnected information that the AI can navigate with ease, pulling up precisely what's needed to craft the perfect response. And here's where it gets really interesting. Remember those limitations of AI chatbots, where they can only remember a small snippet of the conversation with RG. We can overcome that.
You mean we can finally have those long, winding conversations with an AI without it forgetting what we talked about 5 minutes ago?
Exactly. We can feed the AI a much larger chunk of relevant information, giving it the context it needs to hold a truly intelligent conversation.
So no more repeating the same information over and over again, music to my ears, but let's get real. Even with all this fancy tech, it all boils down to crafting those effective prompts, right? It's like talking to a really smart but easily confused assistant.
You're spot on. We call it prompt engineering. And it's about designing those initial questions or commands that steer the AI in the right direction. It's about using the right keywords, incorporating context from the customer's history, and even nailing your brand's tone of voice.
So there's an art to talking to AI. Tell me more about this prompt whispering magic.
It's a bit like teaching someone to speak a new language. We use various techniques to make sure the AI understands what we're looking for. For instance, we might prime it with examples of well-written responses or use specific keywords to guide its output.
Okay, so we've prepped the data, built our knowledge base, and even mastered the art of AI conversation. What's next in our AI agent journey?
Time to bridge the gap between our AI's brain power and the heart of your business, integrating it with OpenAI's API and your Salesforce system in real time.
It's go time. How do we make this connection happen?
Think of it like setting up a direct line of communication between your Salesforce data and the AI. We use API calls.
Yeah.
Those are like digital messengers to send carefully structured requests to OpenAI.
So we might ask, hey, OpenAI, based on this customer's history and everything we know, what's the absolute best response to their question?
Exactly. And because we're dealing with real-time interactions, we also set up webhooks, which are like instant notifications. This means that as soon as the AI generates a response or receives new information, Salesforce is immediately updated.
So the AI isn't off in its own little world. It's constantly learning and adapting based on the live data flowing from Salesforce. It's like having a synchronized brain between your AI and your CRM. But even with all this amazing tech in place, I'm guessing there's still times when we need to step in and make improvements.
Absolutely. Think of it like this. Even with the best training every now and then, even a star athlete needs a coach to fine-tune their performance.
So how do we coach an AI?
We can actually fine-tune the AI model itself using your company's data. It's like giving it personalized training sessions based on real customer interactions.
So if we notice the AI is stumbling over a particular type of question, we can feed it more examples and help it learn the ropes.
Precisely. And we're always keeping an eye on those key performance indicators we talked about, like response times and customer satisfaction ratings. If something seems off, we can adjust and optimize along the way.
It's like having a continuous feedback loop, making sure the AI is always learning and improving. But let's be real, even with the smartest AI, there are going to be those curveball questions that leave it stumped. What happens then?
You're right. AI has come a long way, but it's not about replacing humans entirely. It's about finding that sweet spot where human expertise and AI efficiency work hand in hand.
So it's more like creating an AI-powered sidekick that's there to handle the heavy lifting, but knows when to call in the human cavalry.
Exactly. We build in what we call fallback mechanisms. So if the AI encounters a question it can't confidently answer, it seamlessly hands off the conversation to a human agent.
It's like having a safety net in place, ensuring that customers always receive the best possible support, whether it's from a human or an AI.
And here's the bonus. These fallback instances are pure gold for training the AI. By analyzing how human agents handle those tricky situations, we can further refine the AI's responses and decision-making abilities.
It's like the AI is shadowing a seasoned customer service pro, picking up on the nuances of human interaction. Now, we've talked about building this incredible AI agent, but how do we actually get it out there interacting with customers in the real world?
Good question. We don't want all this amazing technology just sitting on a hard drive somewhere. We want to get it out there solving real problems.
So how do we roll out the virtual red carpet for our AI agent?
I have a couple of options depending on your needs and infrastructure.
Roger.
One approach is something called containerization. It's like packing up the AI agent in a neat little box using a tool like Docker.
So we're basically putting the AI in a travel-ready suitcase ready to be shipped off to its new home?
Exactly. And then we need to choose the right deployment platform. We might host it in the cloud using services like AWS Azure or GCP.
These are the heavy hitters of cloud computing, right? Our listener has definitely heard of these.
Most likely, and for good reason. These platforms give us the power and flexibility to handle massive amounts of customer interactions. Imagine your AI agent suddenly having to answer thousands of questions at once. These platforms can handle it.
It's like having a stadium-sized call center at your fingertips, ready to scale up or down depending on demand.
Precisely, it's about providing a seamless and responsive customer experience no matter what. But even after we've deployed the AI agent, our work isn't over.
Right, because even AI needs a bit of TLC every now and then. So how do we make sure our AI agent stays in tip-top shape?
It's all about proactive monitoring and maintenance. We set up systems to keep a close eye on the AI's performance watching for any red flags.
So we're talking about monitoring things like response times, accuracy, and maybe even customer feedback.
It's exactly.
Sure.
We want to know how the AI is performing in the real world, and of course we'll make sure the AI agent is constantly learning and evolving. That means regular updates with the latest data from Salesforce, retraining the model on new information, and even fine-tuning those prompts as needed.
It's like giving our AI agent a lifetime membership to the knowledge gym, making sure it stays sharp and adaptable. But with all this talk about data and AI, we can't forget about security.
Absolutely. Security is non-negotiable throughout this entire process, from data extraction to deployment and beyond. We'll implement layers of security measures at every level to protect your valuable customer data and ensure compliance with all the relevant regulations.
So we're talking about encryption secure API calls, access controls, the whole 9 yards.
You got it. And it's not just about implementing security measures, it's about staying ahead of the curve. The world of cybersecurity is constantly changing, so we'll make sure to stay informed about the latest threats and best practices.
It's reassuring to know that security is baked into every step of the process. Well, we've covered a lot of ground here. From the nuts and bolts of building an AI agent to the importance of security and ongoing maintenance as we wrap up our deep dive. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the future of all of this.
You know what's so exciting about this field is that it's constantly moving forward. What we're building today is just the beginning.
That's what I love about technology, always pushing the boundaries. So, for our listener who's ready to ride this wave of AI innovation, what's the key takeaway here?
The future of customer service is being shaped by AI. By embracing these technologies, businesses can unlock incredible opportunities to enhance customer experiences, streamline operations, and create a more efficient and satisfying experience for everyone.
Wise words. It's an exciting time to be at the forefront of this AI revolution. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI-powered customer service. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.